Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Good to meet you again.
Good to see you.
This is Steve McCracken with Amerigreen. He's going to give us some information on, why use biofuels. At Oehlert Bros, we've been using biodiesel and BioHeat for about 4 years. It's a great product. Amerigreen is who supplies us with the soybean oil. And why generally should we use biofuels, Steve?
Well, first and foremost, we're proud to be a supplier of biofuels to your company. It's a great partnership. One of the main aspects of using biofuels is its cleanliness. It's domestically produced. It helps support American energy independence. One of the aspects of being much cleaner than its distillate petroleum counterpart allows the heating systems to run more efficiently. It actually increases many performance aspects of the fuel, the overall fuel blend, increasing the efficiency of the heating system as well as the diesel equipment that it operates in.
For our gas card system, I've put out in newsletters before that with the ultra low sulfur diesel that's out there, one of the big unknowns was how dry the diesel is, and that's going to cause performance problems with diesel engines. And certainly the bio part of biodiesel with the soybean oil is very slippery
and
that's
very true.
Provides a lot of lubricity for the diesel engines. So that's a great component for the diesel side. How about food as it relates to soybean and biodiesel?
One of the big misconceptions out there, and has happened for many years, is that using biofuel consumes food and takes away food, whether it's from someone's plate or from cattle, for example. Luckily, that's not true. Whether you're making biodiesel or you're using corn ethanol, biodiesel actually extracts an oil from natural occurring oil from the soybean. For an aspect that has been in practice for many years, well before biodiesel was actually produced, that these grain mills would crack the beans, extract the oil, and essentially had a waste product on their hands. And the soy product went on to feed animals and go into other food products, and this oil was left over. And early on, they just spread this oil on the ground. It was non-toxic, biodegradable, so it spread it on the ground to keep dust down. It was an effective dust suppressant.
Sure.
So what to do with the waste product? Someone got the grand idea to turn this waste product into fuel.
A couple of years ago, I saw a lot on the news how food prices were kind of going up really quickly, and the media was basically blaming the use of food for fuel. What was your take on that?
Well, with a little bit of research, you'll be able to find that wasn't true either. If you look historically on the cost of food prices, the fluctuations in commodities markets, if you overlay the cost of petroleum in there as well, you'll be able to see a direct correlation to the cost of fuel for transportation, the cost of fuel to farm the fields, from the various aspects of consuming and getting the products to the grocery store, essentially. All of those component costs go into the price and overall price of the product.
Right. Okay, well that's great information, Steve. Why don't we take a look at some of the biofuels that you have available?
Sure.
Okay, Steve, why don't you show us a little bit on the soybean side how biodiesel is produced?
Sure. So we're starting off with the grains. From the soybean plant is grown, second largest crop grown in the United States. We, as a country, we're actually a net exporter of soybeans. One of our other ingredient, and with biodiesel, it's made out of a number of things. Anything that has fatty acids and essentially anything in the oil aisle and the grocery store can be essentially made into biodiesel. So what we have here is soybeans. Soybeans, like we said, are a very abundant crop grown in the United States. It's typical soybeans, nothing special about them except that they're grown here in the U.S. What the grain operators do, well, they'll take this soybean and take it into the grain mill, and they'll actually crush it. They have a cracking plant where they take the soybeans and essentially pulverize the bean. And from that process, they take this powder, essentially, and they extract this oil out of that. So there's a tremendous amount of oil contained in this powdery substance.
Looks dry.
It looks dry, but unfortunately for us, it's not necessarily as dry as it appears.
Right.
So this raw oil is extracted out of that process. Now, the soy animal feed gets taken in, the oil gets processed and sent to a production facility to be turned into biodiesel, and then the animal feed essentially, the dry matter essentially continues going right into the animal feed process. So it continues and stays in that loop that it was originally intended for. So nothing gets lost here as far as food value goes. Fuel has to meet certain testing characteristics as far as its performance, to be able to be referred to and even called biodiesel. If it doesn't meet that, it's just called refined soybean oil. So one of the nice aspects of this is that it's something that is truly tested and it's put in through a battery of tests. And as far as as a Oehlert Brothers, everything that you buy from Amerigreen has all the testing records, all the samples retained. So in case there is any question as far as what is the cloud point of the product or what is the integrity of the product that you're blending, you have that readily available to your system.
Right. That's, I mean, again, one of the great things about using BioHeat or in the heating oil system is that the system is kept much cleaner and thereby it's burning more efficiently and using less, fuel. So it's a great thing for the homeowner as well, great for the environment, and great for America.
Yeah, specifically with vehicles, biodiesel directly attributes to lower emissions. So local air quality, the air that the kids around the school buses are actually breathing in, is far lower than what it would be with very conventional
I've seen articles on the air quality in a bus being worse than the air quality outside of a bus due to the exhaust and emissions. So then again, if the bus companies use like a B20 biodiesel, they can keep the emissions lower.
Further protecting those who are going to take over the next generation.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.